Good morning, everybody. Lisa here from Spirit Connections with your Tarot Tuesday video. This morning, I decided to spend a little time outside. It's my boyfriend's birthday, and it's my first day off in well over a week. And I just thought, you know, what a great day to just step outside and enjoy this beautiful, almost fall weather. The fall equinox is in 2 days, so that will be lovely to start getting a reprieve from some of the heat and humidity. Although, thankfully, it hasn't been overly humid here in southwestern Ontario for the last couple of weeks. For those of you that don't know, I started a new full-time job at a fabulous local business here in Chatham, Ontario, where I live. It's a great little town. I really enjoy living here. Some great people, some great businesses, and of course a fabulous medium like me. I'm teasing. So, as I've been sitting here shuffling my Gilded Tarot, which I've shown you before, these are not cards for you. I was talking about myself, so cards for myself came up. Let's try this again. What are the general energies for people who are going to see this video for the next week or so? There we go. Let's give this a try again. This is what happens sometimes when you're doing a reading. Depending on what your thought process is during the time you're shuffling, that's what's going to come up. And occasionally you think you're thinking about nothing. And yet it's funny because something will still come out that you were totally not expecting. So the first card I pulled up here today is the Wheel of Fortune. And this card signals there is a very prosperous time coming. It's coming for those who are spiritually minded, for those who are living in that heart-centered space. They've been really pushing me towards the future lately, and I just have to move my incense here. It's blowing directly in my face. There we go. Maybe that will help, maybe it will not. There we go. It's that old adage when you're sitting around the fire and you move, and the smoke still continues to blow into your face. We're moving into a very prosperous time for those who are spiritually minded. So for those of you who have been looking, to change jobs, looking for, to start a business, looking to grow your business, all of those sorts of things, stay positive, stay focused, because I know the last few years have seemed like it's been really rough and really tough, and we've all been working really hard on letting go of the past and letting go of, all of the baggage, so to speak. I was really confused this last full moon because I ordinarily feel really out of sorts, and I feel tired, and especially a few days after the full moon, I usually feel exhausted. I feel like I have a hangover, essentially. I jokingly call it my 3-day full moon hangover. Today, though, I feel absolutely fantastic. I know I seem like I'm speaking a little slowly. It's simply the influence of the guide who's coming through me at this time. And I actually feel absolutely fantastic for the first time ever after a full moon. So for myself, I feel that, I've done a lot of work, and you can too. And it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be crazy at times. But I've told my mother I don't want to say this anymore. I don't want to say, let me tell you. I don't think it sounds very nice. You can do the work. If you are truly wanting to come from that space of love and light and just to be a better person, you can do that work. You just need to find your trigger. For me, it was meditation and being a medium and doing that sort of work. For me, that's what worked. That might work for you, it might not. Maybe you need to write, maybe you need to paint, maybe you need to cook, maybe you need to do yoga, maybe you need to run. Maybe you're a runner at heart. There is a trigger, and the whole point of it is to push yourself out of your comfort zone to start breaking away the pain of the past. So, if you're a cook, that might mean sharing your food with others. If you're an artist, that might mean sharing your, doing a showing at a gallery or something like that you haven't attempted before because you're too shy. If you're a writer, that might mean putting your work out there on the internet, starting a blog, getting published. There's so many things. So, find your trigger. That's my advice for you this week. Now, this next one, I feel like pertains to any of the women who are going to watch this, the King of Cups. So many of us have been in that position of, wondering, is he the one? Am I going to find the one? Or is she the one? Depending on your gender orientation or your sexual orientation or your preferences, whatever. We always get so caught up in that. And the thing that I'm constantly being reminded of, and I can speak from experience, I wasn't single very long, but I was single for long enough to know that it wasn't for me. And so I diligently worked on myself in order to bring the person into my life that I'm very blessed to have. Which, by the way, it's his birthday today, so I want to say a special shout out to my boyfriend. Happy birthday. But what you have to do is work on yourself. Make sure you're in your heart. Make sure you are happy with you before you can invite someone in, because we cannot love another without loving ourselves. The next card that we pulled up here is the Judgment card. And judgment isn't necessarily about judging others. It's about how we perceive ourselves, how we love ourselves, and how we deal with our past lessons. I don't like to call them mistakes. And what this card tells us is that no matter what we've done in the past, things have happened for us the way they were always meant to happen. So what we need to do is look at that past, know what we've learned from it, forgive ourselves, and let go. And once that happens, miraculous things will begin to happen in your life. The final card that I've pulled up, it may look a little scary, but in reality, this is actually a really great card. All the things that you've been hoping for, waiting for, wishing for, trying to manifest, stay in that positive mindset, because once you stay there and once you acknowledge your past, let it go, forgive it, forgive yourself, all of those things will continue to move forward. Be aware, things aren't always going to happen the way that you want them to happen, because you have to remember that the universe has its own timing, the universe has its own thought process. So just roll with it, because you made a plan before you came here. And some of that plan included learning some really very valuable and sometimes harsh lessons. Because I can tell you from my own personal experience, those lessons can be very, very harsh if you do not listen. And it took me a long time to learn to listen. And now that I feel like I'm really trying to do that on a more regular basis, to listen to my intuition, to listen to my guides, to listen to the signs that I'm receiving from the universe, that things will move forward in your life. And the more positive that you are about it, the easier it will come. Once again, I'm not saying you're not going to have bad days, but as long as you make that effort to continue to take steps forward towards your dreams, to be a positive person, to be a good person. I can't emphasize enough how much this particular message they want me to tell you focused on being a good person. With that, I want to wish everyone a fabulous day, a happy Mabon, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. I'm going to also, possibly later today or tomorrow, post up video on pendulum use, so make sure you come on back and check that. Subscribe, and I will leave all the information in the video description below for you to contact me to get your reading. Thanks everyone, have a wonderful week.